don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
For Americans, for patriots, they love this country and they chose to serve it, and serve it well. They had a mission and they believed in it. They knew the danger, and they accepted it. Barack Obama, dignified transfer of remains speech for Ambassador Stephens and his staff at Andrews Military Base, September 14, 2012. Photo for the majority of last week, Hurricane Sandy and the coming Frankenstorm dominated the mainstream media. If no one knew any better, it would appear nothing else even remotely newsworthy happened. But something else did happen. News broke the attacks in Benghazi that led to the death of the United States Ambassador to Libya Christopher Stephens and 3 of his staff members on September 11, 2012 were anything but a random, out-of-control protest over some YouTube video. Fox News was the only mainstream media outlet to report last week that CIA operators were denied help during the Benghazi attack. Urgent requests for military backup were ignored. In addition, a Navy SEAL team stationed at the annex a mile from the attacks reported they were twice told to stand down when shots were heard that night. Fox reported some soldiers ignored the orders and went to evacuate the consulate anyway. Although the building was found on fire and shots were exchanged, requests for backup were again denied. In the aftermath, unclassified cables between the Obama administration and Benghazi paint a picture that, at a minimum, proves the Obama camp is lying through their teeth about what they knew about the situation brewing in Benghazi and what they did about it. An executive brief prepared by Right Side News details the timeline of events that led to what went down in Benghazi. At least a year prior to the September 2012 attacks, officials began alerting the Obama administration to potential, organized terror threats against the United States interests, including Benghazi. Throughout 2012, more and more security was requested at the installation. In March 2012, not only was a request for more security denied, but security was actually cut back. 3 more requests in June, July, and 1 from Ambassador Stephens himself in August 2012, were again denied. On September 4, 2012, Stephens sent a maximum alert to a multitude of Obama administration agencies, including to Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, the CIA, the FBI, and the Department of Homeland Security, warning of the threat of an imminent attack. While the Obama administration later assured the American people that these attacks were not planned nor terror-related, to the contrary, clear evidence of an increasing threat to Benghazi was established for well over a year, a threat the Obama administration blatantly ignored. In the wake of the attacks, rumors arose that the United States AFRICOM Commander General Carter had ignored orders to stand down in sending aid to Benghazi and was subsequently fired. Interestingly, during a Department of Defense briefing held October 18, Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta suddenly announced General Ham's successor with no mention as to why Ham would no longer be commanding the United States Africa Command. Last week, White House spokesman Jay Carney told reporters that blame for the attacks rests solely on the State Department and not the White House. According to an interview with the Daily Caller, best-selling author Ed Klein, who has written books on both Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, has come forward with the information that former President Bill Clinton has hired an informal legal team to protect his wife from taking the fall for not preventing Benghazi. Klein claims Clinton may even resign over it should the White House attempt to shift the blame fully to her. Yesterday Breitbart reported a media blackout on Benghazi, when hosts on 4 out of 5 major Sunday shows either deflected questions about the attacks or completely ignored stories implicating the Obama administration's blatant refusal to save Ambassador Stephens and his staff. As more information comes out regarding the Benghazi attacks, it would appear this could be one of the biggest cover-ups in the United States history. Instead, all the media is talking about is the coming Frankenstorm. Hurricane Sandy certainly has its anomalies. A hurricane barreling for a blizzard on a full moon? As of today, Sandy has set a low-pressure record for the region, the ICE barometric pressure having fallen to a mere 943 millibars according to the National Hurricane Center. The lower the pressure, the more intense the storm is supposed to get. To get an idea, Hurricane Wilma set a minimum central pressure record in 2005 at 882 millibars. Category 5 Wilma produced max winds of 175 mph. Winds in Category 1 Sandy are reportedly barely maxing at 85 mph. In addition, HAARP-Status.com, a site that follows the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, which sends electromagnetic frequency waves into the ionosphere that have, among other things, been known to affect the weather, is reporting that waves have been hitting the East Coast, where Sandy is expected to make landfall for 8 straight days in the lead-up to this storm, peaking out at the highest levels the project has ever recorded. TAT'S, a YouTuber who reports on weather phenomenon including HAARP radar anomalies, is also reporting a microwave anomaly interfering with the middle of Hurricane Sandy as seen in this screen capture below. Last August, TAT'S reported similar anomalies in Hurricane Irene. 46 people died, and 200 million were left without power after Irene struck. Before that hurricane took over the mainstream media at large, all anyone was talking about was Fast and Furious. Just a month before, House members had called on Attorney General Eric Holder to resign over the government's treasonous gunwalking operation, which placed thousands of guns into Mexican drug cartel hands, and was later shown to have been purposefully exploited to demonize the Second Amendment. Some experts are now claiming Team Obama should root for Hurricane Sandy to interrupt the election. Wall Street and the NYC transit system have both been shut down ahead of the storm. Indeed, if power is lost across the Northeast as many are predicting, the election could be postponed. Perhaps the Obama administration would be thankful if it were, for more reason than one.
If you are going to control any population for any length of time, you must bring in an element of getting people to consent to what is happening.
Society is developing more and more in the direction of a thought police that control every thought we have.